code of conduct being signed. Let's look back at some of those and get some views from City Press assistant editor Nicki Gules, who is in the studio with us. Nicki, thank you very much for coming in on the Friday.
Thanks.
I know you guys, you're pretty much on deadline at the City Press with your paper coming out on Sunday. Well, I mean, yes, there's only one big story really for the past weekend. That's the Oscar Pistorius trial. And we saw it is now in day 5 today.
Yes.
And as you know, we in the electronic media were ecstatic when the judge in the previous week accepted that parts of the trial can be broadcast live. How do you think the week has been going so far?
I think the week has been going extremely well. What with some few embarrassing hiccups at the beginning, matters with translators and so on. It's been going really, really well, I think. I think the electronic media has been doing a superb job of covering the trial.
You don't have to say that because you're sitting here in
no, I don't.
with us. Because one of the things that people were worried about was that it's a first for South Africa.
Yes,
good for open justice, and the judicial system is like under the microscope. But are we running the risk of maybe sensationalizing the trial?
I think that the media has been really responsible up till now. I don't think there's been an enormous amount of sensationalism. I think that pretty much people have been sticking to what's been led in evidence, and everyone at the moment of course is on their best behavior. I mean, barring one or two glitches with the picture of the first witness, Michelle Berger, being printed in Bild newspaper.
Yeah. And we published a still picture as well, and then we had to apologize, and the judge was even clearer that no, whatever the source, you can't publish any picture.
Which is it's quite a ruling that. So and it could be argued against, certainly. Yeah. But I think that
overall it's been going okay.
Everyone's been on their best behavior, and everyone's been doing a great job.
I think everybody's welcomed it, open society, and from an educational perspective, we're all getting educated about how it's going. I mean,
certainly, though, it is celebrity justice. This is also the NPA on their best behavior, not just us. And we have, NPA briefing media. They're really on top of things. Really on top of things. And one cannot help but think that this is not always the case in the criminal justice system. Let's not forget, it's also about people who've got a family, the Steenkamps, who've lost their daughter under tragic circumstances. We saw a very traumatic day yesterday with Johan Stipp, a neighbor who's a radiologist, describing the final moments of Riva. We saw Oscar Pistorius breaking down and crying in court. He's done that twice. He seems to be, those scars are still very fresh for him. And whatever the outcome of, and whatever the judgment, and the ruling on his guilt or innocence, you can see that he really, really regrets what happened that night.
Yeah, and we're seeing some of the best lawyers in the country pitted against each other. Barry Rue on the side of the defense, Gerry Nel on the NPA side, the prosecuting side.
Absolutely. I mean, this is the battle of the titans. This is great. This is lawyering at its best, and we have a ringside seat, which is wonderful.
Yeah, no, I think, well, that's the Oscar Pistorius, and I think it's going to continue to be the big story.
Know more about your world. eNCA.com